A new giant is waking up on the world's oceans, not a mythical monster but a massive warship built by China. This ship, the Fujian, is China's latest and most advanced aircraft carrier, marking a huge leap for its navy. For decades, the United States has ruled the seas with its supercarriers. Now, China is stepping up to challenge that dominance. The Fujian is more than a ship, it's a symbol of China's rising power and technological ambition. Its launch signals a new era in the high-stakes game of naval supremacy. The world is watching closely, wondering how this new carrier will shift the balance of power, especially in hotspots like the South China Sea. Aircraft carriers are floating cities, projecting power far from home. The Fujian shows China wants global reach, not just coastal defense. By building such an advanced ship, China is declaring its intent to operate a true blue-water navy. We'll explore the Fujian's cutting-edge technology, compare it to America's carriers, and examine what its arrival means for global security. This is a story of innovation, competition, and shifting tides of power. The launch of the Fujian could mark the start of a new chapter in naval history, one where the oceans are no longer dominated by a single superpower. The waters are getting more crowded, and the Fujian is leading the way. Understanding this ship is key to understanding the future of naval strategy. The stakes are high, and the world's attention is fixed on this new giant. The era of uncontested American naval dominance may be coming to an end. Not all aircraft carriers are created equal. The term supercarrier is reserved for the world's largest and most powerful. Think of it as the difference between a small airport and a sprawling international hub. Supercarriers are over 1,000 feet long, displacing up to 100,000 tons. True floating fortresses. Their main job launch and recover dozens of aircraft, projecting power across the globe. A supercarrier's air wing can include over 75 planes. Fighters, electronic warfare jets, helicopters, and more. Nuclear reactors give American supercarriers almost unlimited range, letting them respond to crises anywhere, anytime. The launch system is key. Older carriers use ski jump ramps, limiting aircraft payloads. Supercarriers use catapults, hurling fully loaded jets into the sky, making them far more effective in combat. These ships are more than just big. They're integrated weapons systems, combining size, diverse air wings, nuclear power, and advanced launch tech. Only a handful of nations can build and operate them, making each new supercarrier a global event. The Fujian's arrival signals that China has joined this elite club. It's a symbol of technological prowess and global ambition. The world is watching to see how this new supercarrier will change the game. The stakes for naval power have never been higher. The era of the supercarrier is evolving, and China is now a major player. China's first two carriers, Liaoning and Shandong, were important learning steps, but both relied on ski jump ramps, limiting their aircraft. The Fujian changes everything. It's China's first true supercarrier, rivaling America's Ford class in size and capability. Estimated at over 1,000 feet long and up to 100,000 tons, the Fujian can carry a much larger, more advanced air wing. Expect to see stealth fighters, electronic warfare planes, and early warning aircraft on its deck. The real breakthrough, a flat flight deck with catapults, not a ski jump. This lets the Fujian launch heavier, fully loaded jets and larger support planes, dramatically boosting its combat power. The KJ-600 early warning plane, for example, will give the carrier group eyes far beyond the horizon. Unlike American supercarriers, the Fujian uses conventional power, diesel or gas turbines, so it needs regular refueling. That's a limitation, but it makes the ship less complex and expensive to build. For China, the Fujian is a critical stepping stone, mastering supercarrier tech before moving to nuclear-powered versions. It's a formidable leap in shipbuilding and naval ambition. The Fujian is a platform for China's next generation of naval aviation. It's a statement. China is ready to compete at the highest level. The world's naval balance is shifting, and the Fujian is at the center of that change. One of the Fujian's most revolutionary features is its electromagnetic catapult system, EMAILS. Think of it as a giant magnetic slingshot, using computer-controlled electromagnets to launch aircraft smoothly and powerfully. Unlike old steam catapults, EMAILS is all electric, offering precise, adjustable acceleration for different aircraft types. This means less stress on planes and pilots, longer aircraft lifespans, and lower maintenance costs. EMAILS allows the Fujian to launch a wider variety of aircraft, including future drones that might not survive a steam-powered launch. Until recently, only the US had this tech on its newest carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford. China's successful development and installation of emails on the Fujian is a major technological achievement. It shows China is catching up to, and even rivaling the West in advanced military technology. The Fujian's emails gives its air wing more flexibility, efficiency, and combat power. This system is a game changer for China's Navy. It's a key reason why the Fujian stands out among the world's most advanced warships. The future of carrier aviation is electromagnetic, and China is now at the forefront. The Fujian's launch system is a symbol of China's rapid technological rise. In modern warfare, power isn't enough, you also need stealth. The Fujian incorporates stealth features to make it harder to detect on enemy radar. Its island, the command tower, has a streamlined, angled design, reducing radar reflections. Antennas and sensors are integrated into the ship's structure, hidden behind special panels. Even the paint may contain radar-absorbent materials, further shrinking its radar signature. The Fujian will also carry stealthy aircraft like the J-35, creating a powerful combination. A stealthy carrier launching stealth jets can approach enemy shores undetected, striking before the adversary can respond. This focus on stealth shows China is preparing for high-tech future conflicts. The Fujian's design is about more than power. It's about survivability in a world of advanced sensors and missiles. China is thinking strategically, blending muscle with invisibility. The gold standard for supercarriers has always been the US Navy, with its unmatched fleet of 11 giants. The Fujian's closest rival is America's newest, the USS Gerald R. Ford, both massive, both using electromagnetic catapults. In size and aircraft capacity, the Fujian and Ford are nearly equals, each carrying over 75 aircraft. The main difference? The US has decades of experience and a mature air wing, while China's is still developing. The biggest gap is power. The Ford is nuclear, sailing for decades without refueling. The Fujian needs regular stops for fuel. This limits China's global reach and makes its carrier group more dependent on support ships. Still, the Fujian is the first non-American carrier with emails, a major feat, as even the US struggled to perfect this tech. China isn't just copying, it's innovating at the highest level. The US still leads in experience and numbers, but the gap is closing fast. The competition for naval supremacy is now a two-horse race. The Fujian's arrival marks a turning point in global naval power. The world's oceans are no longer America's alone. The stakes have never been higher. The Fujian's launch is more than a ship. It's a symbol of shifting global power. For decades, US supercarriers have been the ultimate tool of American influence. The Fujian is the most serious challenge to that dominance in generations. Its presence strengthens China's hand in the Indo-Pacific, especially in disputed areas like the South China Sea. A carrier group centered on the Fujian can control vast areas, making it harder for rivals to push back. China's global interests now demand a navy that can protect trade and citizens far from home. Other regional powers, India, Japan, Australia, are watching and responding, boosting their own navies and alliances. The Fujian is a catalyst, accelerating a new era of naval competition and reshaping the strategic landscape. The world's oceans are entering a new, more contested age. The Fujian supercarrier is a bold declaration of China's arrival as a top-tier naval power. Mastering technologies like emails, China has closed the gap with the US in just a decade. The world's response is a mix of awe and concern. China's rapid progress is reshaping global security. The Fujian is likely just the beginning. China's next carrier may be nuclear-powered, giving it true global reach. The era of a single dominant navy is ending. The Fujian combines size, stealth, and cutting-edge tech, narrowing the gap with America's best. Its deployment will reshape the Indo-Pacific and announce China's arrival as a global maritime force. The world is watching as this new giant takes its place on the world stage, forever altering the future of naval warfare.